Good morning, this is Studmuffin 1986 and welcome back to the channel. There has been a tank that has just come out in World of Tanks Blitz as a quick pop-up offer. This is not something you're going to find in the crates or in the store or anything. This is a very short limited offer. Just wanted to get this video out here. For me personally, I don't know if I'm going to quite get the tank after doing some research into this thing. You can make your own call just based on this video, other videos that you can easily see on YouTube about this thing. It does have a very unique and interesting gameplay mechanic to it, which is kind of cool. Its auto loader is going to be able to load between the shells in the mag, whereas a lot of autoloaders, you have to wait to use all of your rounds before it'll even start reloading. It's a bit different. I mean, that's kind of the basics of it, but it'll just start reloading after each shot is shot in a magazine. You don't have to wait. You can keep firing all three of those rounds. There's a 1.3 second reload, and then at the very end, it'll go ahead and start reloading its shells every like 4 seconds. But anyway, very different mechanic. I understand it's actually going to be fairly similar to how the Italian tanks are going to work when they come out in Blitz. But if you look in the garage or if you go to Blitz today, it should come up as a pop-up offer. If you decline it, there's going to be a button on the right-hand side of the screen that you can click on. The tank is right now about 20 bucks. That doesn't include tax and whatever maybe the store may charge you a little bit additional for. Pretty expensive for a tier 7 tank in my opinion. If you're a collector, obviously you're going to purchase this, but if you're going to be purchasing this as more of to add a unique aspect to the game, it does add to it. But when I looked, for me personally, when I went in and I looked at the stats a little bit more in depth, I compared this to other tier 7 tanks. And at first glance, like, oh, cool, it's got this new re-auto loader mechanism. It's going to add a new dynamic, but comparatively to other tier 7 tanks, this thing, it doesn't have the greatest penetration. As a matter of fact, it actually falls behind its other tier 7 medium or light tank colleagues here. And it doesn't really have good armor. From looking at it under the armor inspector, it doesn't look like you'll have to worry so much about getting penned by Hesh through the front. Maybe a different story from the sides and rear. But it has a very similar feel when driving one like an M4 tank. Its get up and go speed isn't like super powerful. Definitely don't expect anything like a light tank. But its gun depression isn't all that great. You're going to have some difficulties trying to use this thing or peek up over hills and get that cannon to point down. With only a -6 degree gun depression, it's going to be a little tough. I mean, this thing may be a little easier to work on ground that's a little flatter, moving around the hills. So it is kind of an interesting tank, but I mean, from looking at the stats of other tier 7s, it also has some of the lowest DPM of some of the other tanks. So I mean, getting it for its new re-auto loader mechanism, that's pretty cool. I actually love the new dynamic to the game. That's probably the biggest plus. If it was anything else, like a normal cannon or just a normal autoloader, probably definitely not. But it's up to you. I'm still debating whether even to get this thing. I'm honestly, in my opinion, I'm leaning not to get this thing. Even though tier 7 to tier 10 is my prime of tanks that I love playing with, I just don't know about this. And for the cost of 20 bucks, it's like, and seeing it compared to other tanks, it's just, I don't know if it's really quite there for me. But the choice is yours. So, yeah. take a look at the tank. This is Stud Muffin 1986, and hopefully this video is helpful. Take care.